If you think dying alone is a con for an introvert, bitch, it's not. We prefer being by ourselves. For those women who come on YouTube or TikTok or whatever, they come in child-free women's spaces and they say stuff like, y'all really can't have kids, y'all ain't fooling nobody. Just understand that I know that you're saying that because you're jealous. I seen a girl on TikTok talking, why y'all think bragging about not having no kids is a brag? Baby, your income tax ain't gonna be shit because you ain't got no dependents. And she's right about that. Your income tax ain't shit without no dependents. Go ahead, keep your eggs, because they ain't gonna last long. They ain't gonna last long. You gonna die alone. You gonna have no bloodline. You ain't gonna have nobody taking care of you when you old, can't wipe your own ass. You ain't gonna have none of that. You gonna be in a nursing home, dying alone. You gonna be dead by yourself. But nobody ain't gonna know who gonna bury you, none of that shit. You ain't gonna have none of that type of support. They just gonna burn your ass and that's it. Might not even be that.
Girl, are you okay? This, 21 and no kids, kind of dance trend thing that's going on right now is really bringing out a lot of the bitters. But honestly, the comments that I see people talking about, where people are like, oh my god, people are telling child-free women that they're infertile, they're selfish, they've had multiple abortions, oh my god, this is so terrible. As a primarily child-free content creator, this is all shit that I have heard for years. None of this shit is new to me. Tax returns, abortions, selfish, bloodline, die alone, I've heard it all before. None of this is new to me. But, I'm really glad that this trend is really starting to show light on the type of comments that child-free women receive consistently. And honestly, those comments aren't even the worst things that have ever been said or done to me. I have been told that I should unalive myself because I'm just a waste of a life. I'm not a real woman, so I should just unalive myself. I've been threatened with grape. I've had men threaten to find where I live, grape me, and force me to be pregnant. And I even was doxxed with threats. If you don't know what doxing means, basically somebody posted my address with threats to come to my house when my husband was not home. All because I am a child-free woman. And this all goes to show that a lot of people only see women as baby makers, incubators, broodmares, call it what you want. People who leave comments like that and do things like that prove that they only see women, like I said, as baby makers. And also parents who leave those type of comments and do those type of things, they're just proving that they are resentful and they regret their kids, because if they were truly happy being a parent, then they would not feel threatened by a child-free person just being happily child-free. Whether you are a parent or whether you are child-free, just be happy with your choices and don't attack someone for making a different choice than you. At the end of the day, we all get one life, so live it in a way that brings you the most happiness.
So shout out to Mikey, the content creator with the big, beautiful hair. We're mutuals on TikTok. I love her. I'm going to get into what she had to say second. First, let's unpack the first lady. Her laugh that, your taxes ain't gonna be nothing. Her laugh was diabolical. And the reason why it was diabolical is because she thought she ate. Now, her talking about taxes, I'm sorry to say this, and I'm not trying to income shame anybody, but it lets me know about what tax bracket she's in. And ma'am, what you make once a year in taxes, a lot of us child-free women, not all child-free women, but there's a significant number of us, we make that in a month. Some make that every week. I'm just saying. I don't make that every week, but I make that in a month. That's nothing. Okay. I'm gonna assume, based on her talking about taxes and being excited about tax season and that being a good enough reason to have kids, I'm going to assume, I'm almost sure I'm at least 2 tax brackets above that lady. I'm just saying. And the more you make, the more they take. But being a content creator these last couple years, I have been able to write off a lot of things, and it made my tax returns even bigger. So just because a person doesn't have children that they can claim on their taxes, it doesn't mean that we're, first of all, sitting around depending on tax money, because you're either going to end up owing taxes or you're going to end up being able to write off a lot of things depending on which tax bracket you're in. And it's not the haha gotcha moment that you think. So in other words, you're worried about chump change, and we're over here and are in a much higher tax brackets than you, and so we're not worried about taxes. That's like, you know, these last couple years I've been able to put my taxes in a savings account and not touch it. I'm just saying, I'm not looking forward to tax season like that. So like, I'm just saying, that is not a good enough reason to have kids, by the way. I remember what it's like to be that excited about taxes. And I can assure you that women like that, when they get their taxes back, it's gone within a few weeks. Anyways, because money, if you're that excited, that money is burning a hole in your pocket. So that money is not even lasting you a month. And you think that the other 11 months out the year, that's worth having children? When you're going to struggle the other 11 months out the year. Let's be so fucking for real. Okay. But yeah, I'm glad that this 21 with no kids trend is bringing out the miserable, regretful parents. Because the ones that are happy being mothers and fathers, they don't care anything about what child-free women are doing. They don't give a shit. They either support us or they're too busy doing other things. They don't care. The ones that are saying, oh, y'all are infertile. There was another one with the woman was like, all child-free women are infertile. It's because we can't have kids. I've already done my takes on this in the past. I might link that video with this one. Because I did that probably about 15,000 subscribers ago. So yeah, I don't know. I might bring that one back. Now, this is for my child-free girlies again. All right. How many of y'all have been accused of you can't have kids just because we're child-free? People will come along and they will be like, I think that she can't have kids. Or they'll say, is it that you can have kids or that you can't have them? Like, which is it, right? Pretty much under every video on TikTok, there's been several people that will come in and say stuff like that. They'll be like, I think, let's be real, I don't think none of y'all can have kids, blah, 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 blah. How many of y'all, leave your comments below. How many of you guys have been accused of this? Now, before I get into what I really think of that, I'm going to say this. To the childless women out there who cannot have kids, for whatever reason, you're infertile, you didn't meet the right guy in time, whatever it was, understand that what I'm about to say is not directed towards you. And it is not to invalidate your decision. I mean, your position. Because I understand that for some childless women, that is a very sensitive topic. And there is some shame or sadness or whatever it is for each individual woman in that situation, right? So please know that I am not trying to invalidate your decision. But I want people to know that if I ever went to the doctor and was told you can't have kids, I don't think y'all understand, except child-free women will understand how much of a weight off my shoulders that would be. How relieved that would make me. On one hand, I think I would probably be pissed because I would be like, you mean to tell me that I've been poisoning my body with birth control all these years for nothing? But then seconds later, I'll probably be happy about it, right? I'm 39, so I'm expecting to hit menopause around 50, 48, something like that, 51 or what, you know what I mean? I'm looking forward to that. So in a few years, nature is going to make that decision for me. But just understand that the vast majority, if not all of us, can have kids if we wanted to. And for those women who can't have children, the one thing that I've noticed about those women is that they'll just come out and admit it. They'll say, I was told I can't have kids, I'm infertile, blah, blah, blah. PCOS, or I was assaulted as a kid, or something happened to where they can't, you know what I mean? So I don't even know of too many women that can't have children that won't admit it. But that's just a whole nother thing, right? The first time I ever got pregnant, I was 27, and it wasn't luck. Like, it wasn't luck. Luck would be you're out here wilding out and you wasn't using condoms, you wasn't on birth control, and you just didn't care, you were just doing you, and you didn't get pregnant. That would be luck. I didn't get pregnant for that long because I was smart. And as arrogant as it's going to sound, I was smarter than everybody around me. It just is what it is. Sometimes that's just the case, right? Now, for those women who come on YouTube or TikTok or whatever, they come in child-free women's spaces and they say stuff like, y'all really can't have kids, y'all ain't fooling nobody. Just understand that I know that you're saying that because you're jealous. You're jealous as fuck. You're jealous as fuck of the fact that you got okie doked for whatever reason into motherhood, 9 times out of 10 single motherhood or married single motherhood, whichever one that you're in, and you're taking your anger out on women who chose a different life or who ended up with a different set of cards. Because the mothers who are happy being mothers, or the ones who are just content, they're neutral or whatever about their decision to become a mother, they're not in child-free spaces unless they're here to support us, right? They like, hey, I'm a mom of 3 or whatever. Listen, if you don't want to have kids, don't have them. That's what they do. If they're here at all, they're here in support of us, the happy ones. The ones who are miserable as fuck are the ones who leave comments like, y'all really can't have kids. You're jealous as fuck, dude. Like, you'll say, if you can't really have kids, just say that. No, if you're jealous that you got okie doked, you thought that having a baby was going to keep that nigga, but he still dipped, right? Or those men, right? Because so many women are come talking shit and you got left to be a single mother multiple times. And like, y'all are the main ones who need to sit this shit out. And I'm not trying to shame you, but let's keep it a buck. Sit this out. Like, you don't even need to be here. But I really don't even think that a lot of y'all even believe that for real. I don't. I think you say that as a way to cope with your jealousy. You know that right now for a lot of you guys, y'all are all you're ever going to be in life. And I'm just going to put it out there. You know, you fucked your life up. You're never going to be the one thing you wanted to be. You're never going to have this opportunity. You had to give this up. You had to sacrifice that. We understand how hard it is to be a single mother, or at least a bunch of how hard it is, a lot of it, because that's why we chose not to have kids. I'm going to keep saying that on my platform until they ban TikTok. And then I'm on YouTube. I'm already on YouTube. The Sovereign Woman on YouTube. Follow me over there, please. Subscribe to my channel, all that stuff, right? So I just wanted to put that out there. I wanted to know how many of us have experienced this, because that's very common. Men and a lot of women love to say it's because we can't have them. And really, it's because they're jealous. They're jealous. It boils their blood to know that even though they got okie doked, there were people around them that were smart enough not to fall for the okie doke. And I said what the fuck I said. I'm glad it's happening because it is definitely shining a light on all of the horrible, horrific, ridiculing types of comments that child-free women get. And a lot of parents, not all of them, a lot of them come in our comment sections and swear up and down that they have never heard anybody disparaging child-free women. I don't see them doing that. You guys are just imagining things. You guys are making a mountain out of a molehill. Go on TikTok. Go on any child-free content creators page and read the comments. Find the 21 with no kids trend. Go to a child-free content creators content or video. Read the comments, and then you will get just a glimpse of what many of us have been having to deal with for decades. Literal decades. A lot of these content creators on TikTok and YouTube, they've only been doing this for a few years. I've been dealing with comments like this in person, in real life, for over 3 decades. Okay? So when people come on here and say, oh, well, you guys are imagining things, you guys are making a mountain out of a molehill, and I really wish that child-free women and women would just all work together and stop pitting your choice against the other woman. Each choice is valid. There's going to be cons with being a child-free woman and with being a mother. There's no cons with being a child-free woman. There's no cons. If you are truly a child-free woman, I talked about this some months back. If you're truly a child-free woman, there is no cons. Y'all just want to tell yourselves that because you want to believe that you made the best possible choice for you. And maybe you did. I don't know. But there's no cons with being a child-free woman. I'm going to keep saying that until, like, this is the hill I'm going to die on. Okay? There's no cons. There's only pros. If it wasn't more pros than cons, then we probably would have fallen for the okie doke, just like everybody else did. There are no cons. If you think dying alone is a con for an introvert, bitch, it's not. We prefer being by ourselves. Also, stop assuming that because a person doesn't have kids, that they don't have family, that they don't have friends, that they don't have a man, that they don't have a girlfriend or a wife. I mean, plenty of child-free women are surrounded by people that care about them. Plenty. I have a shit ton of people that care about me. And to be honest, I don't care that much about a lot of them. I'm just saying. It's weird. It's a weird dynamic. You know, I go out of my way to stay away from people as much as possible. So telling me I'm going to die alone or die with cats, whatever it is, sounds like a good time. Like, you mean to tell me I don't have to be around ridiculing, annoying people, begging me for things, begging for money, projecting their fears and insecurities off onto me all day, every day? You mean to tell me I can escape that by being alone in my old age? Tell me where to sign up. But anyways, that's all I got to say about this. Yeah, y'all got to do better. But I am so glad this is happening because now y'all can see what we've been dealing with. Do I think it's going to really matter? No. But the good news is y'all can come and shut the fuck up about child-free women making stuff up. Like we're just delusional or we're hallucinating the comments and the ridicule that we get from people. The death threats. You know how many people have threatened me on TikTok? A couple people have done it on YouTube as well, but mostly on TikTok. Threatened me. I deserve to unalive. I deserve to be raped and forced to have a baby. I've had mothers tell me that I hope you get pregnant with twins and I hope you get pregnant with triplets. I've been told the triplet thing once in my life that I recall, and I've been told the twin thing probably about a handful of times, like periodically throughout my life. I hope you get pregnant with twins. Like, if that doesn't tell me that you believe motherhood is miserable deep down in your soul to the point where you would wish it on me times two, like, in order for you to want me to have twins in particular, you are admitting that just having one kid is miserable, but you want me to suffer times two. So when people say stuff like this, y'all tell on yourselves. You're letting me know everything I need to know. It's pretty sad. But yeah, you know, yeah, we still don't want to have kids. No, we still don't want to do it. It doesn't look fun. It looks miserable. And that's all I got to say about this. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you guys think. I think I'm going to stitch together a video to this one. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I'll check y'all later.
All together, girls. 1, 2, 3. Fuck these men on the internet. They don't know what they want, but they will see what they can get. Oh, go and waste your one and only precious life while pretending not to have a full receding hairline. So keep your eyes on his hairline and your hand on your drink. For all you know, he is a psychopath. He'll leave you on red and he won't care